penitentiary. Okay, all right.
What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast, coming at you almost every Saturday from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. A lot going on, bud. A lot of news.
A lot
of news. We're going to start off top. Miro has asked to terminate his AEW contract.
I think that's happening, but they're gonna deny it.
Why do you think he wants to terminate his contract?
Because it's just like they're not booking him right.
From my understanding, he has a pretty lucrative contract.
Yeah.
I mean,
like his contract doesn't expire until next year.
That's a long time to still be getting paid and not be on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. It seemed like
I feel bad for Miro. He's so good, but it's just like they don't give him a lot of credit.
What do you rank his run in AEW right now?
Maybe like an 8.8. It's good, but
that's high.
But it's just like they got to put him more on television.
I mean, he won the TBS championship or something like that.
TNT
championship. They have so many damn belts
from
in AEW.
Darby Allin.
Yeah, they have so many belts in AEW.
Yeah.
I don't rate his run in AEW very highly. I give it like a 6 because he did win a belt. He was on TV for a while there. But
it's just like they stopped putting him on TV for some reason.
He's kind of boring, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
He puts on almost the same match every time.
What about with Eddie Kingston?
I didn't think that was a good match. I don't think Eddie Kingston is a great wrestler.
But we give him a lot of respect.
You give him a lot of respect. I don't think he's a great wrestler.
But he wrestled every single day, but now he's in injuries, so he's in hiatus until next year.
Right. He gives good promos and stuff like that, but as far as in-ring performance...
What about with Jon Moxley?
Moxley's way better wrestler than him.
Remember they had a really good match?
They had really good matches. They had a really good rivalry, but
yeah.
Moxley carried that.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know who Eddie Kingston was until he wrestled Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
A lot of indie people do, but a lot of mainstream wrestling people did not.
I just feel bad for Eddie. I feel bad for Miro. It's just like he's a great talent, but it's just like he's getting buried.
I kind of agree with you. He is a good wrestler. Great wrestler. Let me preface by saying this.
Like, if he goes back to WWE, he'll be called Rusev again. It's just like he just needs a big push, and that's it.
Let me preface it by saying this. I think his Rusev Day run in WWE was goated.
It was too goated. It was way too good.
I think it was really good, and I think it also showed some of his inadequacies, especially behind the mic and things like that.
He was with Age English.
And I do not think he's going back to WWE. And let me tell you why. From it's been reported that his ex-wife Lana is dating Damian Priest.
How do you know that?
I've been reading it everywhere. It's allegedly.
Hold up. She's dating Damian Priest?
Allegedly. Let's preface it by saying allegedly, so we won't get sued.
I hope we don't.
Allegedly, she's dating Damian Priest. And that's a big reason I don't think he's going to WWE. Just like when Camille, when she left NWA, I was like, she's not going to be in WWE.
No.
So she showed up in AEW because she's married to Charlotte Flair's ex-husband.
I think it was good for Plan B to go to AEW. That's just my opinion.
Like I said, I don't know about Rusev going to WWE. I don't see that happening.
Or Miro.
Miro,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him going to WWE. Him asking for his release is kind of bold.
I think it was a smart decision.
Well, only time will tell. Moving on. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, their team up. Do you think this makes sense?
100% it makes sense.
Why?
It's just like Roman lost at WrestleMania to Cody. It made more sense, but like after they're done with Solo and Jacob Fatu, they're going to run it back.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I don't know if it makes sense, though. Trying to do the cinematic thing, almost like it's a movie.
But it was so good.
I guess, man. It seemed like they wasted a lot of resources to shoot something that looked like a movie.
They were in the football stadium.
Well, that was some good storytelling, though.
Yeah.
Because guess what? A lot of people don't realize Roman Reigns played on that football field.
Yeah.
He played at Georgia Tech in college.
Flashbacks.
He played on that football field he stood on. So it was kind of like, and Cody is, he grew up in and around Atlanta, where his dad was wrestling at.
I think Cody is going to turn heel on Roman. I see that coming. Homelander Cody, I hope.
But I think it was kind of like some good storytelling from WWE to have him show back up at the place where he kind of started his athletic career at.
Yeah.
Well, not really started his athletic career at, but, that a lot of people don't realize he was a really standout football player. Football player.
Yeah.
Standout. Dude was he's been a good athlete his whole life.
Yeah.
He got the genes for it. A lot of the Samoan guys are really good athletes, period. And they make splashes in the wrestling world. His family is one of the royal families in wrestling. But like I said, a lot of the Samoans, they play football. The Rock played football at frickin' the University of Miami. And he was, from all sets and standards, really good until he got hurt.
Yeah.
And the guy who replaced him, Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, yeah.
So I'm not saying The Rock coulda, shoulda, woulda been in the NFL, but he had NFL level talent.
He did.
NFL level talent.
I think The Rock should be in the WWE Hall of Fame in the future.
I think he will go in before he gets too old.
Yeah. Or Batista.
Yeah. Getting back on the subject of Roman Reigns.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah. Is Roman still the figurehead for the company? I think he is.
Yeah. But Cody's like second.
I think Roman is not only the face of the company, but I think even without a championship, he would draw more interest than Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, yikes. He would outshine him.
Not to say outshine him, but he's more of a household name. He was champ for almost 4 years.
Almost. Then he lost to Cody.
Yeah. And I think he just lost it because, it was time and he needed a break. The dude been on TV, headlining
WrestleMania.
Premium live events.
He main evented WrestleMania like 4 times.
He is like the standard bearer right now.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, period.
For sure, yeah.
Speaking about the face of the company, we're going to switch gears real quick. Moose versus Nic Nemeth. Who is the face of TNA?
I got to say Moose.
I got to say Josh Alexander. How about that?
I was going to say Josh Alexander, but my mind's like, I like Moose more than Josh Alexander.
I like Moose in the system versus anybody. They're very funny, and on top of being very funny, Moose he's unlikable.
But he's so good.
He's such an unlikable heel.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he's from all accounts, he seems like a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
But, his character is an asshole.
Yeah.
His character is an asshole. And he is he's insufferable. But I like his character.
Unhinged.
He's unhinged. He does crazy stuff.
I think he's going to get that belt back maybe next year.
I think he will too. I think he's him and Josh Alexander and now Joe Hendry are like the faces of that company. I think Nic Nemeth is really good at what he does, and he draws people into seats. But I think long term, I think it has to be someone who has their roots firmly planted in TNA.
I think Joe Hendry might take off the belt from Nic Nemeth.
I think he will too.
But I think I see Josh Alexander screwing over Joe Hendry.
I mean, it's been some defections, man. You got a lot of, like, the Motor City Machine Guns. From my understanding, they're in WWE now.
They're going to be in NXT.
I don't agree with that.
It's just like, if they go against Nathan Frazier and Axiom, they're going to put on a banger.
I think that I agree with you. But let me explain something. I think that Motor City Machine Guns are too talented to start at NXT. But at the same time, I think NXT has the best tag team division in the company.
Yeah.
They had the best tag team division, and they had the best women's division.
I agree.
They do. People might think I'm wrong in this, but I think the Motor City Machine Guns should be in the main roster. They have that kind of talent.
What do you think about Kalani Jordan's title run so far?
I think it's pretty good. She's very good. She's a very good wrestler. Very good athlete, too.
Yeah.
I think she's kind of stale with some of her promos.
Yeah.
And I think she puts on a lot of the same matches over and over. I think...
What about Sol Ruca?
I like Sol Ruca, but I think the future of that franchises, like the belt and stuff like that, is like Miss Parker, someone like Miss Parker
or Lash Legend.
I think Miss Parker is more marketable than Lash Legend.
I know Miss Parker's not polished, but she's pretty good in the ring.
I agree with you on that point. I don't think she is polished in the ring, but she is fun because she's unpredictable.
And she's funny.
She's funny.
Yeah.
She's very funny. Her and Roxanne Perez have magic. And I don't know why they have such good chemistry because, like, even the promo, you said something else, I'm going to slap the taste out your mouth.
And she did.
It was so funny. So funny.
Good.
But her and Roxanne Perez they have a unique chemistry. And it's very weird to see it because they're two different styles, they're two different sizes, they're from two different demographics, but they work.
I think Roxanne Perez's title might be in jeopardy, but I hope somebody just causes Julia the match, maybe, but I don't know.
Alan, you kind of hijacked the conversation. We were talking about TNA, so we're going to get back to TNA real quick.
Sorry I hijacked it, people. Sorry.
What do you think, going back to TNA, what do you think going to happen next year when the contracts are up at TNA?
They have to re-sign them.
What do you mean?
They have to re-sign Jordan Grace and other people like Josh Alexander, because just like if they lose their talent, like their ratings are going to go down.
I don't know, man. I've been seeing different things, reports coming out about Vince McMahon, allegedly buying the company.
No way, not happening.
I could see him buying the company.
No way, no how.
Why not?
It's just like the crossovers, just like it's going to get hijacked by him. If he gets it.
I will say this. I think if as much as Vince McMahon has proven to be a scumbag, I really believe if he got a hold of TNA, he would make it a real rival for WWE. I really do. Because guess what he does?
They would cancel the crossover.
Guess what he does? Vince McMahon does business really well. And you know why he does business really well? Because he's not afraid to take chances. As much as, like, say, a lot of people,
JBL.
A lot of people hate Vince McMahon for a lot of different reasons, and a lot of them are legitimate. They cannot deny his business acumen. The dude took his father's company and made it into a global imprint.
That's how it started.
Worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So once you start looking at that, and this crazy decisions he made, not even crazy. I mean, we look back on it, we say it's crazy, but he made some legitimate business moves. Hey, you know what, Hulk Hogan, you're done here. Go over there.
Too unpredictable.
Yeah. Hey, Attitude, Ruthless Aggression Era, come on in. Hey, NWO, I'm going to buy WCW. You come over here. That dude made some crazy, very shrewd and aggressive business decisions, and it all worked out. So if you don't think he could do that with TNA, you're crazy.
What about champion decisions? Like, that gets me a little bit irritated a little bit.
Well, you guess what? You got to make, if you're in charge, you got to make tough decisions. And everybody ain't going to like them.
No.
As a guy who is, in previous iterations of my career, I was in charge of stuff. I made decisions, and people didn't like it.
Yeah.
And guess what they had to do? They had to deal with it. Because the dude's making the decisions, if it fails, it's on him. If it succeeds, it's on him.
Yeah.
So I think if he buys it, I think it'd be in a good space.
No, I think WWE's gonna get screwed. I already know that.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't see WWE. I don't see Endeavor, TKO buying TNA. Mm-hmm. I don't see that.
No.
But I do know one guy. Like I said, he has enough money to buy it outright in cash if he wanted to, and he might.
It's just like they might cancel the crossover with NXT and TNA.
Well, I don't think that's gonna last forever anyway. Just like the guy, what do you think of JBL and TNA?
Weird.
I think it's weird too.
If he buys the company with Vince, this is going to be bad.
I've heard that too. I've seen different people in the blogosphere say that too.
I hope it doesn't happen. Please don't.
There are dudes out there in that space that have enough money to buy that company cash.
Crap.
The Rock could buy it cash. Cena could buy it cash.
Oh, man.
You know it. They could. Vince could definitely buy it. He's richer than all of them.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think it's interesting to see JBL in this space, in this limited space,
It's just
performing
weird.
again. You know, he's always in and around wrestling. I think he might be one of those guys who just really can't let it go.
No, he can't.
And I understand that. I mean,
He's semi-retired.
But once you've been doing something, especially like, I wouldn't say like that, but just any kind of trade or business space that you were in, you can't really let it go fully. You know, I did the Navy for 21 years. It was hard for me to let that go. And then once I became a civilian working on the outside, I realized, like, man, you know, this is hard to, you know, I still want to have some input on it. I still want to check in on it, but, you know, it's not what I do anymore.
Yeah.
But he can't do that. That's what he does. He's been a wrestler his whole life, and that's what he still wants to continue doing.
Yeah, he is.
I
have a lot of respect for JBL. I do.
I think he might just be bored.
Yeah.
He might just not have anything to do. And I think that's cool. You know, put on the old Stetson, the trench coat and
Cowboy hat.
And cowboy. Well, Stetson is the cowboy hat, and the Wrangler jeans, and go out and put people in the lariat from hell.
Yes.
Clothesline from hell, whatever you want to call it.
That's so good.
That's a Stan Hansen move.
Yeah.
Google Stan Hansen for all you new people who never seen Stan Hansen. He was the truth.
Yeah, he was.
Moving on. Best rivalries. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes right now.
Top two.
Just incredible.
Yes.
Them dudes put on magical matches. And like I said, once you put on a match that's A tier, and then you put on another match that's S tier, and you look and you're like, these dudes are like, how come we never seen this before?
They should have done this a long time ago.
They should have done this a long damn time ago.
Yes.
Just incredible athletes. Mm-hmm. I've always liked Andrade. The dude is like a cat. He's just incredible in the ring. All the luchador guys can wrestle.
Like his first run, he got screwed over.
Yes, I agree with you. I think they didn't market him correctly.
Yeah.
He's really good, man.
Very good.
Carmelo Hayes is too. But to see those two dudes go at it the way they do, it's just like the Andrade versus LA Knight match. I think that was a banger.
Yes, 100%.
They need to run it back.
Yes.
They need to run that back.
Best of 7.
I don't know about 7. That's a lot of damn matches. But I think they need to run that back. I think they need to run it back.
Yeah, if Carmelo Hayes wins that match, it's going to be tied.
Yeah. I think another good rivalry that we had got spoiled from watching for years until, you know, and then once they both left, we kind of realized, and we had watched some classics, Keith Lee and Dijak.
So good.
Dominic Dijakovic. Oh, my God. Those dudes put on matches, just incredible matches in NXT.
Awesome.
And I think we didn't know you always say you don't know what you're looking at until it's gone. I think we sat down as fans and watched those matches and didn't realize we were looking at great wrestling until, you know, we stepped back from it and say, man, what the hell did we just watch? These two 300-pound men doing moonsaults and
so good
split-legged moonsaults, jackknife power bombs, jumping over ropes. And you're like, what did we just watch? And now we're realizing, like, we were watching magic.
It was magic.
It was magic, man. Big Bang catastrophes, all kind of stuff. And both now Keith Lee's gone to he's been at AEW for a little while. I think he might be coming back. Who knows? And Dijak,
I don't know. I don't know about Keith Lee. It's just like he should stay home and rest.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want him to get another heart attack. I don't.
And now Dijak, I don't know if he's had a heart attack. Let's back up off saying that.
Yeah.
I've seen reports. You know, it's alleged that he may have had some cardiac issues, but we don't know.
We don't know either.
We don't know. So let's back off.
I'm trying not to get sued.
Yeah, let's back off from saying that.
Yeah.
But Dijak, he showed up in MLW's Summer of the Beast live event recently. The dude is challenging for the MLW title.
He's won that.
I don't know, but I think it's interesting that he's showed up. He showed out.
ML champion.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Maybe a young person?
I know Dijak's supposed to be wrestling this dude called Jake something.
Jake something's actually pretty good.
He is pretty good. I follow him on Instagram. That dude he's pretty interesting too.
Yeah, he should have won the X Division title.
Yes, he should have. He should have won the X Division title.
Yeah.
No shit. You're right. But yeah, he is pretty good, man. But they're supposed to be wrestling up in, I want to say Maine here soon.
Maine?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's in the Northeast. It's White Peopleville, man. You've never been up there.
Nah.
I've not been up to Maine. I think the furthest I've been up that way is New Hampshire. And that was a long time ago.
True that, yeah.
But, getting back to what we're talking about, Dijak has had an interesting career, man.
Awesome. They screwed him.
Yeah, I think they screwed him with that stupid-ass gimmick when they went to the main roster. Retribution. I think that was a terrible gimmick.
But when he went back to NXT, he was called Dijak, which was okay.
That dude put on a great match
with Obafemi.
Obafemi, Ilya Dragunov.
Yes.
Him and Dragunov had some crazy matches.
Yep.
The one that had to basically, last man standing. I don't know if it was a last man standing or
it was last man standing.
And him and Dragunov is an incredible wrestler. But to see him and that guy go at it for like 30, 40 minutes, it was something special to watch.
Incredible. He had a really good match with Wesley.
I don't think I don't think Dijak has really gotten the credit. I think he should have been a top guy.
Yes, he should have beaten Wesley for the North American Championship.
I really believe he should have been a top guy.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of like the same. I wouldn't say the same dude because he can do a lot more things. And I don't know if you remember this guy called Adam Bomb.
Nah.
That's before your time.
I don't know.
Adam Bomb was like just a physical specimen, man. Really big dude. Jackknife powerbomb anybody. Just really physical. Just a great athlete. But he just never could get a push to the top.
That's hard.
That's hard,
You
man.
got a lot of talent.
Yeah. It's just like Wardlow. The dude looks the part, goes out and wrestles, does not get a push to the top.
He might go to NXT next year.
I can see that. But it's just weird to see these guys with all this talent not get a push to the top. But that goes to show you how competitive it is in professional wrestling.
I agree with you 100%.
Very competitive. We're getting toward the end of what we're talking about. Really looking forward to the Ethan Page versus Trick Williams match.
Oh, gosh.
CM Punk is a special guest referee.
I think I see Drew McIntyre causing Trick Williams the match.
What do you think about... I can see that, too.
Yes.
What do you think about the move to CW? You think it's a good move? Bad move?
Excellent move.
I think it's an excellent move, too. Because guess what CW is? You don't need... It's live over air. You don't need cable to watch it.
Nope.
And guess what a lot of people who don't have cable do? They watch CW. And guess what they'll watch? They'll watch wrestling.
NXT, yeah.
They watch NXT. Because a lot of times, NXT wrestlers, they're young.
And hungry.
They'll put on bangers. NXT is like it might be like the feeder system into the big brands, the Raw and SmackDown. But those people are really good. And a lot of them come from the indie background or they come from the Performance Center.
Unpopular opinion. I think NXT is better than AEW.
I agree with you. Not an unpopular opinion. I've heard people say this.
Yeah, I know people are going to get mad, but AEW is like D tier.
I'm not here to poo-poo AEW because I like AEW to a certain extent too. Yeah. I also think that AEW, because I've also been reading reports that AEW live events or their pay-per-views
they're going to be on Peacock?
No, they're going to be on Max.
Crap.
HBO Max. So it'll be a good thing to have it. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see that CW carries the show and what the ratings will look like the first few weeks.
I think it's going to go up.
I think it's going to be probably the number one watched show on the network.
I think I got Ethan Page for this match because I think Drew McIntyre is going to screw over Trick Williams. Like, when CM Punk hits, like, almost 3, he's going to Claymore kick CM Punk.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not necessarily invested. I think Trick should win that belt back. Me talking.
But I see Drew McIntyre invading NXT.
I've seen reports saying that CM Punk might be the authority figure down at NXT for a while.
It could happen, but I don't know.
And Shawn Michaels moving to one of the big brands to run. I can see that. Shawn Michaels is he's done a lot with NXT.
Yes.
And he's transformed it from, the NXT 2.0 to whatever it is now.
Now
And
the black and gold, finally.
It is so good, man.
A lot better.
It is so good. You can sit and watch it. It has very cohesive and coherent storytelling. The matches are not boring.
No, they're bangers.
They're bangers. And he has some certified stars down there.
Yeah.
He got Ethan Page. He got Trick. He got Oba Femi. He got Roxanne Perez. He got Sol Ruka. He's got Kalani Jordan. He has the stars.
Hear me out. I think Obafemi is the greatest North American champion in history, and it's gonna happen in October next month.
I think Oba is megawatt star power.
100%. He
That
should
dude
be
is
in the
so
main
good.
roster.
He's so good. He's so fun to watch.
He should have never been in NXT. Like, he should have been in the main roster.
I kind of agree with you, but I think he hasn't been wrestling that long.
No, he's young.
He's very young. And the dude has a track and field background. He's a shot putter.
Bruh. That
University of Alabama.
That sit-out powerbomb is nothing but the truth.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. I think...
He's going to squash Ethan Page next year for that belt.
I don't know about that. Ethan Page is you know what I've noticed about him? He's a very competent wrestler.
And he wrestles every single week.
He wrestles every week.
His promos are great.
His promos have been funnier.
Yes.
Because the reason I didn't like Ethan Page was because he didn't have a personality.
Yeah.
And I think now that he's in NXT...
It makes a lot of sense.
No, he's kind of found his personality.
Yeah.
But he's not a rookie. The dude's been wrestling for years.
And he knows CM Punk.
He knows a lot of those dudes.
Yeah.
He knows a lot of those dudes.
From AEW.
Well, from the indie circuit, too, man. The indie circuit is full of talent.
A lot of talent.
And I don't think people realize how much talent's in the indie circuit.
I'm glad Ethan Page got that push. It's just like, it was long overdue.
Long overdue. Well, with that wraps us up for this week.
Were you going to say something about Roxanne Perez?
Yeah, Roxanne Perez, she's been killing it. We kind of mentioned that earlier. You know, she's I love her storytelling. I think that she's the future. Ring of Honor champion and now 2-time NXT champion. What do you think?
I think her second run's a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. Her as a heel is a really good turn.
I think twist. I see somebody causing Roxanne Perez the belt against Julia, but I don't know. I think Roxanne Perez should keep it for a little bit.
We'll see. We'll see.
But I think I see Cora Jade causing Roxanne Perez. It's just like, it's going to happen.
Yes, it might happen. Well, until next time, we'll see you down the road.
Bye.
Bye-bye.